Let me paint you a picture. Right now, you're sitting in a cozy little cage. It's warm, familiar, safe. Everything you need is right there. A comfy chair, predictable routines, just enough space to move, but not enough space to grow. And the worst part, you built this cage because every time you let fear, self doubt, or routine make your choices for you, you're locked in. And the best part, actually, the worst part, is you lock yourself in. And if you don't break free soon, that cage will shrink until there's nothing left of you. This is exactly why we're talking about how to escape your comfort zone trap. Because if you're over 40 and still waiting for that right time, I mean the exact time to change, we have to be real. You might be stuck for life. Comfort isn't always your friend. In fact, the number one thing holding you back, remember that. And the question is, how do you know if you're already trapped? And if any of this sounds familiar, you're already inside the cage. I'm so sorry to break that information to you. So there are three signs that you can utilize to recognize if you're trapped in this comfort zone cage. The first sign is every day will feel like a rerun. You wake up, you hit autopilot, and you coast through your routine. No challenge, no excitement, no fires. That's not living, that's existing. Sign number two, you crave change, but avoid discomfort. You want a new career, you want a stronger body, you want a richer life, but when it's time to step up, you freeze. You rationalize, you wait for the right time. If you're still watching, be honest. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start next week, and then next week never comes? Drop next week never comes in the comments if you've been there. Sign number three, you settle for good enough. At least I have a job. At least I'm not alone. At least I'm not like such and such. They're worse, right? But the reality is, good enough is just a softer way of saying, I gave up. And if you don't break out now, and I do mean right now, that cage will shrink around you until one day it's not comfort, it's actually suffocation. Now, let's talk about how to break free from this comfort zone cage because it's vital for you to live. The good news is that the door was never locked, so you can get out of the cage. Step one, identify the invisible bars. That means what's keeping you stuck? Is it fear of failure? Is it judgment? Do you question the unknown a lot? Write it down. Write it down. Name it. Because when you see it, that means you can break it. Step two, stop negotiating. I talk about this constantly. I hope someone's picking up what I'm putting down. Because if you stop negotiating with your potential, that means your dreams aren't a luxury, they're a demand. That means you'll stop treating them like it's an option because it's not an option. Self improvement after 40 isn't a suggestion, it's a survival technique. Step three, move before you feel ready. Move before you feel ready because nobody feels ready to make a leap. Confidence isn't the starting point, it's the reward for taking action. Now, here's my midlife transformation challenge for you. Do one thing today that makes you feel so uncomfortable you can't believe you're even out here showing off. I don't care if it's big or small, it doesn't matter. Just move a certain way. Because after all, we're over 40 and we can move how we want to move. But what's the one thing you know you've been avoiding? Drop that down in the comments because I'm calling you out. Matter of fact, call your own self out. The door, it's been unlocked this entire time. The real question is, do you have the courage to step through that door? Your midlife glow up starts the second you stop playing it safe. So here's your last chance. Are you stepping out the door today, or are you staying in that cage? If you're walking through the door, throw them doors down in the comments. If today is the day that you take action, and remember to keep on sipping, let that tea brew to action. Don't sit back and wait for lemons to turn to gems. You have to make it happen.